What happened? Stay with me to see family.
Caitlin Clark tries again. This time it's good.
At the controls, Clark on the drive, and Clark lays it in. Gets a second chance. Clark will launch. That one was halfway down.
I think, keep switching up our defenses. I think that's causing them a little bit of problems. I think taking care of the ball, had a couple turnovers we didn't really need.
Cunningham, another three. Oh my goodness, Sophie Cunningham!
Had that Mamba mentality at Oregon and brought it here to the WNBA as Sophie Cunningham.
In the first half, and I thought we did some really good things. I think when they went on that run in the third.
Glass fade away, come on!
Clark tries to turn the corner. Assia cuts her off. Oh, backdoor cut.
When you are a generational talent, the line between absolute heartbreak and legendary redemption is thin. It is exactly 4.3 seconds thin. For weeks, critics claimed Caitlin Clark was caught in a brutal mid-season slump. And when she missed 2 ice-cold free throws that allowed the Washington Mystics to storm back and take a late 1-point lead, it looked like the national media had all the ammunition they needed. But great players have an incredibly short memory. With exactly 1.2 seconds left on the clock, Caitlin Clark caught a desperation skip pass from Sophie Cunningham, stepped back behind the 31-foot marker, and silenced every single doubter on the planet. Welcome back to Catch a Dime. Tonight, we are conducting an absolute masterclass film study on the play that saved the Indiana Fever season. We are listening to the raw, unfiltered audio from the locker room, breaking down the exact decoy screen that completely broke the Mystics' communication, and dissecting how Sophie Cunningham's elite passing vision unlocked the first official game-winning buzzer beater of Caitlin's professional career. If you want real deep-dive tactical basketball analysis, do not move an inch. Smash that subscribe button right now, and let's roll the tape. The redemption of a superstar.
For the record, she ties it with that one.
Right here, she crosses sides of the floor, she gets her hips and shoulders past Laney, and she leads.
To let people live, in the 20s and 30s in terms of free throw attempts. We just got to be better.
Other teams from scoring.
Well, last year Indiana was 10th in pace. Christy Sides telling us Clark rattled.
Clark launches and answers.
To truly appreciate how legendary this moment was, you have to look at the immense psychological pressure building inside the arena. The Fever had played a beautiful brand of basketball for 3 quarters, stretching out a massive 17-point advantage off the back of Aaliyah Boston's interior presence and Kelsey Mitchell's transition scoring. But down the stretch, the wheels completely fell off. Turnovers mounted, defensive rotations lagged, and when Caitlin missed 2 consecutive free throws, shots she normally makes in her sleep, the entire energy inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse evaporated. Washington's Sonia Citron marched down to the opposing line and calmly sank 2 free throws with 4.3 seconds left. Listen to how Caitlin described her mindset during that timeout. Better make this because I missed my free throws. Honestly, probably the most wide-open shot I had all night. That is the definition of elite mental toughness. She didn't let the previous misses paralyze her decision-making. Instead, she stepped right back into the fire, ready to execute the exact end-of-game scenario that Coach White had spent hours drilling behind closed doors, decoys, screens, and the hammer geometry.
Hines Allen on a handoff to Clark. Oh, yeah! Oh, shaking off Citron. Pulls up, 2 more.
Like Ionescu and Caitlin Clark, the way that you defended your team slants. Boston galloping to the cup. Clark, no whistle. Jones now in the deep waters. Clark near the free throw line. The pop-a shot.
Now, let's get into the absolute X's and O's of this masterpiece, because what the Mystics did defensively was an absolute tactical disaster. When you have 4.3 seconds left, most defenses sell out to completely deny the star player. But Coach Stephanie White used that exact defensive paranoia against them. Look at the geometry of this set. Caitlin Clark starts on the low baseline block. Instead of immediately sprinting up to receive the ball, she acts as the screener, setting a heavy decoy backscreen for Lexi Hull. This completely fries the brains of the Washington defenders. Both Mystics players panic, terrified of a Hull layup, and they both commit to chasing Lexi into the paint. The moment they switch, Clark plants her foot and sprints backward toward the far wing, utilizing an absolute wall of a baseline screen from Aaliyah Boston. By the time Washington realizes they've abandoned the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Caitlin is already standing 31 feet out, perfectly squared up to the rim. It was a flawless design that manipulated defensive habits to perfection. The risk of the skip pass.
Sophie Cunningham doing a really good job of reading the stagger. You have options off that, and she's...
Washington, you hate to see her even put one through. You know, it doesn't take much to get her going. Doesn't take Mitchell much to get going either.
That same or surpass that number this season. So much talent in this league. Cody McMahon.
Clark off the Boston screen. That two-man game was dynamic, but this time it's
good. Hull bats it free for Indiana. Clark contested three. She's able to...
While Caitlin gets the headlines for sinking the shot, we have to pass the rock to the unsung hero of this play, Sophie Cunningham. Inbounding the basketball in a late-game scenario is one of the most terrifying responsibilities in hoops. You have 5 seconds to make a decision, a defender waving their arms in your face, and 0 room for error. Listen to how Sophie broke down the sheer danger of that pass. Look, that was a tough skip pass. Cody almost got a fingertip on it. It kind of worked out perfectly that she went for the steal. If Sophie underthrows this ball by even 2 inches, Cody McMahon picks it off, goes down the floor for an uncontested layup, and the game is over.
But Cunningham possesses the ice-cold veteran composure this young roster desperately needs. She anticipated McMahon's aggressive gamble, put the perfect amount of touch and backspin on the ball, and cleared the defender's reach by a microscopic margin. The second Cody flew out of bounds after missing the steal. It eliminated any chance of help side recovery, giving Caitlin all the time she needed to set her base and drop the hammer. Road to the Commissioner's Cup.
From her, catching around that 15-foot area. Clark
connects!
Or angle a lot of times on the closeouts to get to the basket.
Clark, the step back goal.
The ultimate takeaway from this 1.2-second miracle is that the Indiana Fever have completely found their groove. This game winner wasn't just a single isolated highlight. It was the exact spark that ignited a spectacular 4-game winning streak. They went on to dismantle the Sky in an overtime thriller, march into Mohegan Sun Arena to beat the physical Connecticut Sun, and completely crush the Toronto Tempo behind Caitlin's historic 14-assist performance. They are playing with an immense level of confidence, executing crisp half-court coverage and backing each other up through every single physical battle on the floor. With the team officially tied for the 5th best record in the league and knocking on the door of an elite postseason position, the blueprint for success has officially been established. If you leave Caitlin Clark open from 31 feet out, she will absolutely call the game. But I want to pass the rock to the realist basketball fans in the comments section below. What was going through your mind when Caitlin missed those free throws, and did you know she was going to hit the game winner? Sound off with your thoughts below. Let's get a massive conversation going. Make sure to check out the next tactical film study popping up on your screen right now, and we will see you next time on Catch a Dime. Drop a dime, get a bucket. Peace.